Ooh. Hey y'all.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Pretty
Well,
good.
Come
yes.
on in.
Hey everybody.
Come on in. Let us know that you are here.
For this what is it? The pre-season finale show.
Yes, our season will end May 2nd. So
Yeah.
please let us know that you are in here. It says 4 people. Hello, Mama. How are you?
We don't gotta tell them how many people. Y'all had a good weekend because I did.
I
What
can
did you
tell you
do?
did. You like glowing over there.
I had a good weekend. Did I do anything? Signed up for a new gym membership.
Oh,
Yeah, but beyond that, honestly, it just was relaxing. I think the key is with this weekend is I didn't have to do anything.
okay. So this was a you weekend.
Yeah. Took the
Okay,
baby
that's
on
good.
a nice long walk. Like I said, signed up for a gym membership. Just trying to like we didn't have to do nothing. No family gatherings. Easter's over.
Yeah.
I'm all like, finally.
Yeah. What was the weather like in Maryland? Was it like it was here?
Well, I hope so. I mean, it was nice. I don't know about down there, but it was very nice.
Okay. Yeah.
For sure.
What did y'all do, Shanika and Chanel? I know Chanel, you were doing something model-esque. What were you doing?
Well, went to a couple castings, model calls.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. For the gist of it, we had the festival here in Portsmouth this weekend.
The 420. How was it?
I really didn't attend, but
Now, how does one not really attend? Does that mean what?
well, you kind of go, but you don't stay.
Okay, so you made an appearance. You made an appearance
instead of late.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it was great. I mean, the reviews are great. The photos are great. Portsmouth is really getting some great feedback in the news. I mean,
That's good.
I haven't seen a negative article or anything about it yet.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Pretty good. But at least not, I went. I had a date, which was kind of long, but okay.
I'll be watching this like.
Yeah. And Shanika, you went out of town?
I went to go visit Asia, actually. Walter and I went and had dinner with her, and then we went up to the outlet. So we met in Williamsburg, and so we had lunch with her. So, I'm always good on seeing her. I love seeing her face. And then, she had, I didn't really mention it because she had been sick like the week prior.
Uh-huh.
And so I was just still like checking up on her too and just making sure she was feeling better and all that kind of stuff because she's leaving. She's leaving this week and she won't be back until a couple of days before graduation. So yeah.
Okay.
And what school is she at again?
She's up in Richmond.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Get it.
All right, Mama Bear. Yeah.
Hey, I get it. I have my daughter who's up that way too.
Yeah, she's up that way. Okay.
Up that way.
Yeah.
On May 3rd.
Yeah.
Jay, thanks for being here. Make sure y'all just keep
on
Heather.
And
hey. And yes, keep sharing and
So we have a lot of nice topics. And again, this is episode 11. We have one more show So I don't know what you guys have planned during the break. I know we're trying to figure out, what we're going to do. But so Justin came up with the idea we're going to do this couples YouTube show. So it's going to be unscripted, the same thing, and he got some stuff he want to get off his chest. I can't wait to hear what it is. So make sure that y'all tune in for that.
And I will be tuning in.
Because his mouth is off the hook. So
Walter and I were
that's exactly how I'll probably be looking half the time too, Amir. Just like that. What did you say?
Well, yeah, I have a couple of things that I'm going to be working on, so I'm excited about that. And just Asia be home. Well, a couple months into it, she'll come home. So I'm looking forward to that. But anyway,
so can we get started? I have a topic. I just want to get off.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay.
Wake it up.
Well, it's not a laugh, but it's something that I want to. I've heard two sides of the story with it. So I'm gonna get started. Okay, so it's a situational story. My husband works and I am a stay-at-home mom. He is the most unselfish person that I know. I handle all the finances and he has never said or acted like it was his money. It's our money, he says. Anyway, he is upset with me because he found out that I have a bank account that he knew nothing about. I've been making money online and keeping it from him. He says that his problem is not that I've been making money online, but that I kept it from him in the event of perhaps a divorce someday. He said that women keeping a stash of hidden money in case the marriage fails is like a man keeping a side chick in case the marriage fails. And we both need to be all in or nothing. My mom raised me to have a secret stash that my husband doesn't know about. So I'm wondering, is this wrong? So this is the two-part question again. So let's answer her question. Is this wrong? But then let's take it a step further. I want to know, is it okay for, if you're married, to have privacy or secrecy? Does your mate have, the right to know everything all the time?
No, she's not wrong.
She's not wrong?
Nope.
Okay.
And actually I could tell you first of all, there's two people who told me that I should have a separate account. My mama and my husband. The person that I've been married to for 26 years said that I should have my own separate account. Okay. Mm. And he was like, I just feel like you just should. Now, on this question, I feel like she's not wrong because people don't know. Okay, because maybe in her mom's situation, maybe she was in an abusive relationship. Maybe she's seen people in an abusive relationship. I've seen people in abusive relationships who had to end up staying because they were being financially abused and didn't have any money, and all the money was going in one pot, and they didn't have any say on the money. So it's like, okay, we'll keep that money. And just because this woman started off with an account that was just in case they get a divorce, maybe once she realized, okay, everything's good, he's not this way, all things are good between us, maybe it turned into something else. Maybe it started off as a divorce, just in case we get a divorce fund, but now it's like extra. If I want to buy furniture and like you only want to spend $1,000, but I want to spend $2,000. I have the other $1,000. Like it doesn't, I don't know, but I just feel like, no, I don't think she's wrong. And I think that people, I just think just from my experience of how women not usually, but women, some people that I know, and just different things that I think women should. I just think that you should. And I don't think I don't necessarily think, and Walter knows about it. So I don't even think it's a secrecy type of thing. He knows about it. He don't have access to it, but he knows about it.
Shanika, how much is in that account?
Huh?
I feel like he's like, how much is in that account?
I mean, he asked me, I would show him. I would show him. Yeah. I don't have a problem.
So it's not about like, secrets, right? I mean, when you say privacy, right? So I mean, Shanika would be willing to show that she has this other account. But are you asking about secrecy?
Right.
The key that she has a secret stash of money somewhere.
Right.
Even if, I think you have a point about the abusive
I have had a
relationship.
secret stash of money cases. I have.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Walter, that means that she doesn't have it anymore. Just to watching this.
That's because I took it all and like, okay, let me put it in the bank. But I have had, like, I have, and that's also because certain situations in my life just said that I needed to needed to have it.
Yeah,
like,
I agree with you. I agree.
Have it.
So
I agree that being totally dependent. I think you should have your own account. I think you should have your joint account and then your own account.
right.
But I think that she had a secret account. Like you said that Walter knows that you have another
Yeah.
account. That's just your account. But I think she was stashing money on the side.
He paying all the bills and everything, and she just
Like he holding it down like she was making no money.
He knew he didn't want to know, because my thing is you never looked in the bank account to see where your money was going. Nothing. You never made sure she was paying the bills. You never you trusted her. I mean, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I mean, like, all bills come out of his account. Now and again, I go in there and make sure, okay, this is paid, this is paid, this is paid, this is like I just like I don't want to be sitting in the dark. I don't want to, and not that I ever think he would have us like that, but I'm just saying, like, you making all the money and you never went and checked nothing.
I kind of understand. It's almost like she's saving for her exit plan,
Yeah. But also, Shanika, like you said, if it's like that, that sounds paranoid, right? You got to check your partner's stuff.
Yeah.
They can see that as an invasion of privacy versus a conversation about it, where you could say, we agree to share this information.
Okay, but if you are making all the money and it's your money, and not your money, it's your paycheck, and you are giving this person, your spouse, the paycheck to pay the bills, you're never going to make sure that all the bills was paid, like the mortgage, nothing.
I think it's in your best interest.
And you also got to consider, it depends on how much money is made. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, sometimes people can make the amount of money where if it sounds right, it's right. How many organizations have employees grading off the top? It took them years to figure it out. I mean,
And I'm saying that because he said he didn't know about it, but he knew she had an extra job. Well, where did you think his money was going?
Right.
Like, where did you, like, if you would have checked your account, you would have known it wasn't going over there.
Yeah,
because you expected how much your check is.
Yeah, I mean, to me, her having the extra job, that is her money. I know with marriage, we're supposed to become one, literally, but we are people. We have our own name, and if that money's in our name, I would say, unless the abuse is real, like, unless there's actual, I don't mean that people would be faking abuse like this, but if you're actually in an abusive relationship, then you probably are keeping that secret. Whereas, like, in general, I don't know if people are really thinking about it that hard. Like, I mean, every day where you're like, I got to have this in case I need to escape from my husband.
Right.
Like, I think a lot of people aren't thinking about it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, Will, you were going to say something earlier, though, to add some context.
I probably was, but I'm on medication and I forgot.
Okay. So what do you feel about, like, you and Justin? Like,
with Justin and I for one have a very different spending habit than Justin. So our monies are separate. We're probably not like most couples. We have a joint account, which we refill for bills, and our money is separate. That's how it is. So I can kind of understand that if this guy is used to her paying the bills, he just basically replenishes the account, which when we were having a joint account, that's basically what we were doing. We were replenishing the account. I wasn't checking it every day because as long as I flipped the switch and the lights were on, I knew he paid the bill. I knew the water bill was paid. We didn't get no notice to get put out the house, so I knew those things were paid. So I had no reason to micromanage the accounts, which is probably what he probably did. But it probably was the whole thing, like they said, 2 for them, and then she stashed 1 for her. 2 for that, stashed 1 for her, for that rainy day fund, which it wasn't. I guess it wasn't wrong, but it was an account. It was an account that he didn't know anything about. So I don't know.
And he was angry about it, right?
He was upset. He said not the fact that she did get the second job, but I guess the fact that he was giving her money, the way I interpreted it, the way that he was giving her money and just trusting that she would handle the finances, and then she was being sneakily and had the separate account hoarding money for herself.
Yeah.
But he was giving openly, but she was that to me was the distrust factor in the matter.
Yeah, I mean that's
okay. See, because so this and my other thought with that is, you say she was hoarding. I mean, you not, but if his mindset, because I always feel like, okay, like I know, like if like right today, if my husband couldn't go to work and I'm sitting on money. Like, I'm not going to just sit on money and we're just going to be sitting around here and our lights are getting cut off and our cars are getting repossessed and I'm sitting on money. Like, I'm not
right
doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to do that. And I know that I got all this extra money sitting over here. Like, no, that definitely wouldn't be the case. But, you know, and I don't feel like even that was her. I don't even think she was doing that. I just think that it may have started off as like, if we get a divorce, I have this cushion. But I do think that if they needed things or extra things that she may have wanted for herself, that she didn't go into the house funds to get that, that's what she used. I like to think that that's what happened. Like, I don't really think it was like. And
do we have her response to his accusations?
No, that's all she wrote.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So I'm like, we kind of get that one-sided,
right.
You know, who's wrong, and we're like, well, we only really got one side. And I mean, I could say, oh, based on what he's saying, she did something sneaky, and you don't really want to have that in your relationship. But I'm also kind of like, you know, Fabian and I were dating, and we had separate accounts. So we have a joint account now. But like, I'm not really like, oh, you need to close your account. Like, you know, we need to be able to keep track of all of our money together in that way. So like Will was saying, we kind of add to our joint account and we use it for different things.
Right.
And then we have our own accounts where we're paying for stuff that we were already doing beforehand. So it's just kind of like, you know, I think it's a smart thing to keep your own bank account and, you know, practice, you know, money management. Right. And then y'all should talk. If you feel like you got to make a huge purchase, you know, I think that's where a conversation should come in. But I mean, if Fabian's going to buy makeup, I'm not, you know, hey, do what you need to do. If you got the money, you got the money.
Yeah. So let's take it a step further. So we discussed this topic before when it comes to privacy and then secrecy. I don't know what this password thing is when you have, you know, in my house, we have all the same passwords. That was a decision we made. So it's a no password household here. So we both know each other's password. They're the same thing for everything for both of us. So is it private or is it a secret for you to have your password? Does your mate have your password? Is your mate allowed to check your phone at any time? Is your mate, you know, allowed to do whatever? Or does that cross over secrecy or privacy? What is that?
So I think, you know, I see some eyes moving left and right. I would say honestly.
Oh, which one? Because I can't see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just saying. I see some. Just, you know, mine is pretty quick. I've been on both sides, and neither of them feel good. Honestly, if you feel like it's the point where it's a problem and you need to see what this person is doing all the time, it doesn't feel good to be the person going through the phone. It doesn't feel good to have someone going through your phone. And I just say avoid it at all costs, but also just technically password security matters. Please mix up your passwords for everything. Honestly, I've forgotten all of my passwords so many times. I have so many different passwords around, like I can't even share them because I'm like, oh, I think it had this in it, or I think that's capital now, or I've moved it to a symbol. So I'll just say that if it's something that, you know, I'll keep it short there. Go for it, guys.
I'm like Amir. It sucks either way. So I mean, you generally, when I was in relationship, I didn't have a password because I always felt some kind of way when somebody's phone was always locked. But why? You know, like why? Like I'm just trying to figure out why your phone always locked. You know, maybe that was something I need to work through. I'm just saying. I just didn't understand why. So I put the shoe on the other foot and was like, well, you know, If I'm like, what's the purpose? I might want to take the lock off mine. I really believe in, okay, I'm not going to do to that person what I really don't want done to me. So I don't know. It's just how I am.
Okay.
But
so would you feel comfortable with your significant other answering your phone?
yeah.
You would? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is Shanika frozen or is she choosing not to speak?
No, I was being kind and letting everyone else go ahead of me. Much to say on this topic. No. I do have a password on my phone. And Walter can answer my phone, and I have answered his phone. I just don't think that at this point, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like asking you who that is. Like, I don't feel like, because it's too much. It's too much, really, to me. It's just too much for me to be kind of going through all that and like, who is that? And, because again, I always just feel like there's a lot of people, he works with a lot of women. His boss is a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of his coworkers are women. Like, I just don't feel like it. I just don't feel like going through all that. And maybe it's my naivete, but I just trust whatever it is. And as somebody said, if it's meant for something to come to light, it will. But I mean, at this point, at 26 years of marriage, like,
right.
Like, why? Like, I mean, like, if it's I need you to explain to her, first of all, that all you're doing is giving her conversation, because she's not going to get nothing. And once she really it's not even going to be important for her anymore after that, because we're going to all live in here together. And nobody's going anywhere. So I'm not really.
Girl, you going to invite the concubine.
Oh, my God.
Like,
the concubine.
Because Walter is not going to. Walter it's just. I don't know. I don't know whether or not he feels the need to, if he feels like if he feels some type of way about me having a code on my phone. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that he has a code on his phone, but I don't always make it my business to answer his phone. And actually, when his phone rings, I'm usually like, your phone ringing. Like, I won't even know. He would be like, so-and-so calling you. Like, he will. Mm-hmm. I don't know what he thinks gonna come up on the phone, but sometimes I just laugh when he does that, because I'm just like, you wanted to see. I don't know what you thought was gonna come up on this phone, but yeah. Whatever. But I mean, I'm sorry, Mira. Hold on, real quick. But I mean, and I also have like clients. Like, I do have some male clients. I'm a part of Toastmasters, and I have male member Toastmasters that call my phone. So, like, it's just, I don't know. It's just, I just wouldn't want to be explaining every time somebody comes up on my phone that he's not familiar with. And I don't feel like he need to explain to me every time, because I don't know everybody he talks to.
Right.
So.
Right. Good point.
I think Fabian and I think she explained it pretty well. And answering the phone at this time is pretty much family members who want to see the baby. Right. Like, that's all who's calling. And if other than that, it's scam likely. And if Fabian wants to answer my phone to tell him that I don't need my car, its extended warranty anymore, you know what I mean? Go for it.
I want to read some of these comments though. Okay, wait, let's so Heather said he could have mine as long as I could have his password. I'm not about to check my man's phone for anything. If it's done in the dark, it will come to light. Jan says, hubby have my passcode, but he don't pick my phone up on a regular to check it. Now, if he did, yes, I would change it, because he should trust me, period. Fabian says, at this point in our relationship now, we don't go through each other's phones or accounts. If I feel like asking who's that, then I do laugh out loud, but we are pretty comfortable at this point. There was a time when we weren't, though, but it takes communication, growth, and trust. Yes. Yeah. I used to let my husband answer mine. She said, I used to. So how did it change from used to? What happened? Michelle says, my husband and I don't monitor each other. Like, I feel like it's too much energy in that. AJ says, no way, Fabian. Amir could answer my phone. It's the usual folks anyways, laughing like my mom or her siblings, right? Yeah, I would be offended. If someone answer my phone, my husband does answer if I ask him to. Yeah. Oh, okay. Got it. So yeah, so yeah, I don't care, but I don't know.
And now, what if it's the bill collectors for that secret account?
I want to respond to relationships. I do have a story that I saw that I thought was quite hilarious. I mean, it was yeah. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe the story. But anyway, all right, here we go. My girlfriend never seems to wash before I give her oral. I've noticed that every time I go down on my girlfriend that she is a bit ripe. I haven't brought it up yet because I don't want to hurt her feelings. But this morning she was really smelly. I don't mind if it smells a bit funky. In fact, I like it. We were both really into it this morning. So I kept going. I was really enjoying it so much. I feel like because I have never mentioned it before, she must think I like it. But this morning was extra pungent. She has really big. Okay, I can't even read that part. I'm not even gonna read that. And I've always noticed she gets a bit gruely. But this morning was like stale urine and a bit like prawns. I felt like it was kind of gross, but I was mega turned on. I'm not sure what to do. It seems kind of gross, but I'm still turned on by her so massively and love giving her oral. I've asked her if she wanted to shower before we do it, but she prefers to shower and clean up after. It's a fair enough argument. Yeah. She also says she gets aroused by her own scent, which I think is kind of hot, but I'm not sure if I feel dirty because I do it anyway. Okay.
Oh my God. Oh.
What was that? You know how hard it was? Like while she was reading it, I couldn't even look at her face. Is that wild? Like it was just the audio of it was like, oh, I can't.
Okay, so
you had to read it like this.
So my question.
Oh my.
My question is, guys, is it absolutely imperative that...
Don't say it, Justin.
What? I want to know.
No. Justin cannot say
it. Do not say it.
I want to know. Put it in
the heard it last season, remember?
Yes, Justin cannot say
it's an abomination.
Okay, because I have heard that people enjoy having sex right after the gym. People enjoy, and some men like to just smell the day on you, and y'all have sex. Like I personally, I'm gagging. If you sweat, it's over. Like that is not a turn on to me. Like don't do it. Don't do it.
Walter's hopping in the shower right now.
Oh my God.
Walter's soaking in the bath now while watching this.
Her sounded medical. That didn't sound like it was a nice, subtle, natural. I can get with that. You know, that's every now and then that's a nice kick. But she sounded like she had something growing and developing that he shouldn't have asked himself, should he do it?
But he's like, and I'm okay. So then my other question is like, what if like that she's washing and or him, even he, because I mean, even still, like I don't want to smell no hot balls either. I don't want to smell that. Like I don't like no.
It comes with the territory. You got jaws on it. Come with the territory. I'm here to tell you. You can spray. If you stay in there too long, it's going to smell like there's a certain odor that's going to happen unless you get it right out the shower.
Right.
From it. Hey.
That's true. That's true.
The inside information.
But I don't want straight out the gym sex. Like I don't want that. Like
I think let's talk about what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He's not talking about regular intercourse. He's talking about oral.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but still, I just don't want to
I'm gonna be frank. If somebody coming home from work and you cooking dinner and they come up behind you in the kitchen or whatever, you might just get it popping. I'm just trying to say it. But you might defer oral. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? There's certain times when you may defer oral, especially if you've been working all day. I'm just saying. He's talking about oral, but I think he was like in the morning or something. Like
He said in the morning. Like, what was you doing in your sleep? Like, what was you doing?
I mean, look.
Me being a woman, I have a suggestion for him. If he's uncomfortable having this conversation, if she like it, he need to train her by not doing it until she get out the shower.
Look, man, I'm telling you,
she smells like that.
I'm just.
She smells like that.
Well, this is my question. If that, okay, this is what I'm about to say. If you know she don't have no STI, even him, a guy, if you know he doesn't have an STI, and you know that they are bathing, and that is just their natural scent, like if that is just her natural scent, like are you?
Nobody naturally stinks. I'm with Will. She need to go to the doctor. Something's off.
Or she need a vaginal.
Okay. Yeah, because Shana, like that's really it, is when you say he needs to train her, the story didn't imply, like it seemed like she was doing it on purpose. You know, like from how I heard the story.
That's what turns her on.
Yeah. He said she was pissy.
Yeah, and prawns. Like just to clarify.
All of that turns her on.
Yeah.
So who are y'all to tell her that she can't put her pissy prawny self? If that's what she likes, we all like what we like.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
so he might not be the man for her.
But he don't like
her natural scent. Maybe she eats all the time. Maybe she's a pescatarian, and that's just what comes. That's just the scent that comes because that's what she eat all the time.
Nah. Fish smell ain't normal. I'm telling you, that ain't normal.
No.
But you know what? Honestly, you guys, it could be that their pHs don't match.
I mean, yeah,
that's too scientific. You guys,
that is a true phenomenon. That if you get with somebody and y'all pHs don't match, not only can it cause infections, infections can cause odors, and yeah, that's a true thing.
That sounds like what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think so, but I mean, for me, it's the fact that he said that she likes to be ripe. Like he used very specific words where I'm all like, this isn't just a normal smell. Like, you know, maybe she's unaware. If she's preparing to smell like that and it bothers him, that's a problem, right? Because like you said, Chanel, right? I mean, it's a difference between coming home from work and, you know, making passionate love with somebody versus like them preparing to stink for you. Right? So, you know, when it's like, oh, they like to have sex coming from the gym. I mean, there's levels to that, right, Shanika?
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, you know, we specifically go to the gym in order to have sex. Like we can't have sex unless we went to the gym. No, and you're like, okay, so it's a little bit different than they just had sex after going to the gym. I mean,
right.
She personally wouldn't want to come from the gym and you like, come here.
But I'm just saying, like, if someone told you that they purposely went to the gym in order to get turned on, like then you might be questioning. But if someone's like, oh yeah, you know, we just had such a great time, the endorphins were released from exercising, we needed a little extra cardio, the trampoline, you know, like the treadmills were full, so we couldn't get the cardio in. I don't know.
Maybe she turned on by his willingness to go down on her nasty ass.
Well, he said it turned him on too. He said it turned him on because he likes it to be a little pungent too. Like, but
they both need help.
Yeah, they both because
they need you. Like, if you don't have COVID, you don't think that's not a sign of COVID, is it?
Are you a shower before? Are you a shower after? Does it matter to you? Do you need to clean up a little bit first, or do you like it like that? Like,
well, I'm a preparer.
Yeah, I like to shower all the time.
No.
Like I'm a true American who wastes water. I will shower before and after just because I like showering. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like I don't think about it too much, but I prefer to be clean. And I feel like if someone told me they prefer to be dirty, I'd be concerned. Right? That's just how, you know, I'd be a little concerned. And this story concerns me.
Okay. All right.
Because when he said prawns, I was like, shrimp, my God.
Dawn
Yeah,
got my mouth watering and everything.
that ain't. Oh, she just sweaty after a walk outside, right? Like that's not. She just a little sweaty.
No,
She played some racquetball and came back home. No,
yeah, because
smelled
like
like
Will said,
prawns.
yeah, because like Will said, after walking around all day, whatever, you know what regular sweat smells like.
Right.
Like, you don't get funky just from normal daily activity.
Ugh.
My mouth watering and everything. She's nasty.
Let's keep them in prayer.
I'm
Keep it in
hurt,
prayer.
man. I'm hurt.
Woo.
Who's next?
Oh, it helped me.
All right, guys. Okay, that was good. All
Ugh.
right.
I done drank my lip gloss off.
Fabian said prawns are bigger than the regular shrimp. Probably smell nastier.
Yeah, he said prawn. I mean, come on, man.
Mm.
You know, like he might as well have said tilapia. What? Like, what?
Oh my gosh.
What?
Ew, it's so nasty.
Ah.
People like it like
I'm gonna
that.
change the topic, please.
I'm
I
not
can't
interested.
eat shrimp.
No, thank you. Don't sweat on me. Don't be no. If you want the party to be over, drop some sweat. No.
Yeah, sweaty
Okay.
balls.
Change the subject.
Okay. So, well, I guess I'll go. Anyway, I was just flabbergasted by Tennessee passing this bill that said they're going to start charging drunk driving offenders with child support if they kill parents. And I mean, I don't think it's wrong per se, because of course, the parents would have been here on earth to support their children. I just think that why would they, isolate that particular crime? There are a lot of other crimes out here where parents are taken away from their children for whatever reason. I mean, I don't know if they're opening up a can of worms with just singling out drunk driving offenders.
That's a good point. That's a good point with that. When I heard it, I was like, "Oh, that's good. That will help prevent people from," because I think it was like drinking and driving, and the person who brought on the bill, I think, was a police officer who a lady hit, so she has to take care of, I guess, all of his kids until they're the age of 18. I was all for it, but you just brought the point. There are a whole bunch of other offenses that this could be, this could lead to, and that could be opening up, like you said, a whole can of worms. So.
Yeah. I definitely think this is the state's responsibility, but just given how this normally works, when you take someone's life after being a drunk driver, I think that's typically a manslaughter charge. And who's going to be paying child support, from jail, making 3 cents an hour?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe.
Well, I know they said it takes place like a year after you get out of jail.
Right. Okay. So they did consider the jail time, but there are a lot of manslaughter charges where people aren't incarcerated for life.
That's true. Well, I mean, I wouldn't even think most of them, if it's manslaughter, you wouldn't get life. Right. But I think, if it's a child, in order for the child to really benefit, they would have to get the child support over several years.
Right.
And those first 15 years, to save some max 15 years, right? Or, as a typical manslaughter. I mean, that's a long time for that child to not be getting too much support. I think maybe a lump sum payment, damages. But I think specifying it as child support is a little strange.
It is.
That
and I was also
killed the parents. Now they're supporting you.
Right. And I was also thinking, let's say the child is 12 years old at the time of their parents' death, but the offender gets, let's say, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when the offender comes out, the child is no longer a minor. Do they pay back the state like fathers pay back for child support? How it's just too many open ends. Like when does it ever end? When is the next person going to submit a bill for other types of manslaughter, or it's just, I don't know. I think they didn't think it through. The one person, came up and said how they were affected. They ran with it, but I don't think they really thought it through.
So my question is then, okay, so is that's okay, that's going to be considered a felon. And usually felons don't get hired. It's very few jobs who hire felons. So how's that going to work? How's that
Seizing
going to work?
assets. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think it's kind of a low ball in my opinion. Like they won't really be getting the amount that I feel would compensate for killing my parents.
I see.
Right. So I mean, sure. Oh, like hopefully the person who killed your parents had some money, right? And that just sounds dark. Like a lot of people can't even afford to own a house now.
Yeah.
Let alone they can't afford a car note. So it's leaving out a lot of those assets. A lot of people have no assets. Right. And then they end up being alcoholics. And if they drink, they hit somebody, you're out of luck as a kid because you were hit. Your parents were killed by someone with no assets or no money at all. And then you have to be tied to them for the rest of your childhood as they pay you this money.
Right. And then how many of these crimes we hear about that are committed by 18, 19, 21-year-olds?
Oh my God.
Okay. So they're going to kill somebody at 18, 19 years old and then pay child support for the rest of their life.
And then the other thing is like the young lady who was in was it Pennsylvania who posted on Instagram that she was already driving at like 100 or plus, and she killed 3 people.
Yeah.
Right.
After they stopped her, right? They had stopped her and let her go.
They had already stopped her and they let her go. And then they went up the road and then she went a little further and hit the person they stopped and 2 cops, I think it was.
The same cops.
That was a crazy story. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? And imagine how many other people they let off and nothing happened.
Just imagine how they felt when they was like, damn,
True.
We let her go.
Listen?
Like, the cops would have recognized her. I'm not saying that's her name, but like, damn, like what? Didn't we just stop you for drinking and driving? Like, damn.
That privilege. That's that privilege. Just saying.
Exactly.
Well, I just thought it was kind of weird. I would love to see how it plays out.
I think she was black. I think that girl was black.
Yeah, she was.
She was black.
Was she?
Yes. Yes.
Poor thing.
Okay. Did you have another one? Or I have another situation one too.
Yeah, go ahead, because mine are. I mean, not.
All right, so good for the goose. Why not good for the gander? So a year ago, I began working at a new company. 2 months later, my supervisor and I began flirting and texting each other during and after work. It didn't take long for the two of us to turn this thing into a sexual relationship. This included a lot of secret dates and nice gifts. He even met my parents. We both knew we could get in trouble since he was my supervisor, but we didn't want our thing to end. He told me that he was going to talk to the CEO of our company and possibly be demoted so that we could continue our relationship. So he was in fact demoted and he took a $1,200 a month pay cut. Now the problem is I ended up getting promoted and I got a pay raise. Since my promotion, I'm afraid that if our relationship becomes public at work, our coworkers will think that he is the reason I got a promotion. I can't afford to become the topic of gossip and possibly lose my job. So am I wrong for still wanting to keep our relationship a secret after all he has done for us to be together? The idea of keeping it a secret does not sit well with him at all. And I love him, but I also love my money and financial independence. Please help me.
No. She is an asshole. She is a complete asshole. Because first and foremost, you let this man take a demotion to keep your love affair secret, and then you got a promotion and you like, let's keep it secret, and he want to tell everybody because he done fucking got demoted. You want this bitch?
That was a voluntary demotion, correct?
I don't know if it was voluntary. He went to the CEO and explained to the situation, and I don't know if they demoted him or if he volunteered. I don't know why he would volunteer
But he basically volunteered by admitting he's dating a subordinate.
I mean, they could have given him other options and things.
Even if whatever the conversation was that he had with his boss, it didn't matter because he went to her and was like, I'm going to say whatever, and I know I'm going to get demoted. So he got demoted, and it was whatever, it doesn't even matter. It's like the fact of the matter is he did that for you. And then you get a promotion and you like, don't tell nobody because I don't want to get the
Did she ask him? Doesn't that have something to play in the fact? I didn't ask you to do that.
She told him when she told him that wasn't there.
I know, right?
That was me asking you.
Because nigga, you could have kept it a secret.
I was fine with it. Yeah.
Well, still, I don't know. When I told you that you could have been like, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
1,200?
1,200, right.
A month.
Oh, my head
and then
hurts,
she gets promoted, and she probably got his damn job. No.
Right.
That was my first thought. He got swindled. I mean, come on. I'm not even calling her an asshole, honestly. She's looking out for self. And come on, man. You know, he's the supervisor. He's responsible for ending the relationship. You know, even if he broke code and tried to date her or whatever, and it got hot and heavy, emotions can cloud judgment. And at some point before he said to the boss, I've been having a relationship with someone, you know, I think he fell head over heels for someone, but didn't realize that he didn't really know her like that because clearly, but now I got a promotion and I'm all like, yeah, bro. I mean, what'd you think? That she would always stay your subordinate?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
that was done on his behalf. The purpose is to grow in the company.
Man, for me, even if he could have stayed with her
for her, and then she was like, I'm no longer under you. I am now over you. You were underneath me, and I no longer need you. That's what that says to me.
Yeah, because
I'm going to sleep with my supervisor, or a person who's equal to me.
My next supervisor.
Yeah.
It's not you.
Because who knows? I don't think that she got the job because she was sleeping with him. Because obviously she got the promotion after he left. So I just feel like her reason for keeping it private would imply that for some reason people would think that. And so if she is listening, you know, people are not going to know unless you say that you were sleeping with him, like, you know, beforehand, and then they could just ask, well, did you get a promotion because you were sleeping with him? And the answer is no, because he got a pay cut. Like,
right.
I don't know how, like, I'm over here. I'm now the boss. I don't know.
Right.
I'm confused.
Well, I don't know if you guys watch Black Ink Crew. I don't, but I just happened to be at a relative's house while we were watching it. But there's this girl on Black Ink Crew named Young Bae, and she's one of the tattoo artists, a little Asian girl. She's really pretty, but anyway, she started dating one of the production crew members of I think it's a VH1 show. Well, he lost his job.
Oh wow!
But now he's a cast member as her boyfriend. Who does that?
On the show that he used to be a producer for.
Yes.
Dang.
So now he's in the storyline. Now it's a part of the storyline as he's appearing on the show as her boyfriend, that lost his job dating her.
Okay, first off, I know that it's reality TV, but it's kind of scripted. You can't tell me they fired him for dating someone on the show. Is it a conflict of interest? What?
Could be.
Oh, yeah.
Todd produced the wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't know Todd he had anything to do with the show.
Yeah, that's how they met. They met on set, Candy and Todd.
Oh,
they met
wow.
on set.
Todd reminds me of Justin.
Yeah, I'm just.
But if you notice, when they started dating, he's not producing on that show anymore.
Oh.
Well, he might be able. I think there's a conflict of interest, right? I mean,
yes.
If they're watching your lives, they could write into a story like, "Oh, I know this secret about Candy that nobody else could know because I'm sleeping with her." Versus like a producer, you know, maybe they just feel like you can't be on the show morally because you do something for writing, and maybe the other cast members feel uncomfortable. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of because I'm just all like, Why would you get fired for that? They're just a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And they ain't even doing nothing on camera.
Probably what do you fraternization? You probably have the contract that you're not supposed to sleep with any of the cast members or have any type of relationship. So it was probably, fraternization type of situation. So yeah.
All right.
Well, I don't date at work. Ever.
You wouldn't? Is there a policy?
Of mine.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
But suppose Mr. Wright shows up at work.
Well, we'll reconnect when we don't work together.
I feel like it's a hard line in the sand to draw, honestly. But I mean, for me, I just think it's smarter not to date your coworkers. That's just it. Just for your own emotional well-being.
In case it doesn't work out.
Yeah, in case it doesn't work out. But also, I mean, coworkers are one thing. I mean, if it's not your boss and y'all really hit it off, hey, go for it. You know what I mean? But chances are you're not really, it has to be a pretty good match in my opinion. And I think in any, waitresses and the line cook, the stereotype relationship that they always get into, it's always a bad story.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep thinking about was it Boomerang? Was it Boomerang?
Boomerang?
Wait, Eddie Murphy. Was that Boomerang?
Wait, Eddie Murphy and Halle Berry?
Halle Berry and
Robin Givens?
Yes. Remember he was dating.
Yeah, it's too much. And for me, I'm usually in leadership roles. Number one, I know.
Okay.
No, they do it.
Alrighty then.
It ain't working.
All right, guys. Well, that was good. I appreciate you. Everybody, thank you for being here. Thanks for chiming in and chatting with us. That was really good. Thank you all and appreciate you all's comments. And our next show will be our last show for the season. So make sure you all are tuning in next Monday. It is our last show for this season. Do you have anything else to say?
No, enjoy you guys. Make sure you come back next week.
Yes. Is that your client? She your client?
No, she's a friend, and we went to high school together.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your week, and we will see
you. Good night,
you
everybody.
Monday. Good night.
Good night.